His left eye is his left eye and cheek is puffy, starting to turn purple. Blood drips down his face from a cut on his temple. He must have tried to clean it because his forehead is smeared with streaks of red. What the hell happened here? I parked my bike and rushed over to them. Nikki throws her arms around me and hugs me tightly.
So glad you're here.
Oh my god, Nikki, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
You're bleeding.
No, the blood's not mine.
Is it Ken's?
No.
You look like hell. He tries to smile, then dabs his swollen lip. His fingers are now stained with fresh blood. He holds himself stiffly and leans on the left post for support.
He saved me from those guys.
What guys?
I don't know. There was a group of them. 3, I think, waiting for the bus. And when they showed up, they started saying all these things about me. They were being so gross and creepy, but I tried to ignore them because I figured the bus would be there soon and it wouldn't matter. And then one of the guys tried to put his arm around me. I freaked out. Guess I pushed him and he got really angry. And then the other guy grabbed me and...
My blood runs cold. What? Did he hit you? Did he hurt you?
No!
Nikki trembles, her voice glitters with tears. What? Her eyes glitter with tears. I'm about to pull her back into a hug when Ken slips her hand around her and squeezes.
Ken intervened before anything could have happened.
She glances at Ken, smiling
He
broadly.
came barreling out of the bookstore, screaming at that guy to let me go. And then he punched him right in the face.
Good job.
The guy was super angry, and he and his friends ganged up on him.
How did you get bruised then? She frowned.
I tried to stop them from ganging up on Ken.
What? What were you thinking joining a fight? You could have been seriously hurt. Nikki sets her jaw.
There was no way I was going to let Ken fight them alone. Especially not when this fight only happened because of me.
I'm too stunned by her outburst to reply. Of course, I'm not pleased that she put herself in danger. A part of me is also a little proud.
But I didn't really need to help.
Wait a minute, guys. You gotta get a nice pick whack. Cause Ken beat their ass. Is that right, my boy Ken, my brother-in-law? But I didn't. I raised an eyebrow.
Ken beat 2 of them up by himself. The 3rd one had to help them up so they could escape.
What? I look skeptically at Ken. I wouldn't say he's scrawny, but he's no muscle man either. Ken shifts nervously. I think I still make him uncomfortable.
I have some experience with martial arts.
Oh boy.
What do you mean, some experience? You're a 2nd dan black belt.
But let me fight you. He's a what? I'm certainly not expecting. I was not expecting that. You threw yourself in harm's way to protect Nikki.
Of course.
That makes. What? That escape was something important?
Of course.
Okay, no, I didn't. Ken maintains eye contact and answers with conviction. Nikki blushes.
Anyway, I told Ken he should go back inside, but he refused.
It's not safe for her to wait alone.
Take another look at Ken. Respect, man, respect. There's a fire in his eyes I never noticed before. When he looks at Nikki, he isn't that timid kid trembling in his boots. He looks like someone who's willing to move mountains. I meet his eyes and nod. Thanks for being there for her. He blinks in surprise but nods back.
I only did what anyone would have done.
Don't be so modest. You were amazing out there.
Ken shrugs awkwardly and then winces in pain. Are you sure you're okay though? Maybe you should take you to a hospital. He shakes his head.
I'm fine. Nothing's broken.
I look over him. I don't know about that.
I told him we should call an ambulance, but he refused.
I promise I'm okay. I'm sorry for causing you such trouble.
This is one of those weird times I wish my bike could fit more people. You at least have a ride home?
He let me call his brother to come pick him up.
We'll wait here until he arrives.
I appreciate the thought, but I would feel more at ease if you took Nikki home.
Offer, I insist. Nikki shakes her head.
What if they come back?
I know my brother will be here in a few minutes.
I can afford to wait a few minutes.
Me too.
I glance over at the dimly lit bookstore. Is the bookstore still open? Maybe you can wait inside there.
They're probably in the middle of closing.
I'm sure your coworkers will let you back in. They're probably wondering what happened to you anyway.
You work there? Ken nods. Then let's definitely get you back inside. He realizes he's fighting a losing battle. Ken agrees.
Okay.
Nikki and I go to support him, but he manages to walk by himself. As we walk into the bookstore, his coworkers rush out to help, each asking questions about what happened. Nikki and I sit down with Ken as we wait for his brother to arrive. Nikki fusses over at Ken, and he lets her. As I watch the two of them, I pay close attention to Ken. He's calm, respectful, and polite, but most importantly, he makes Nikki smile. You know what? He saved our sister from whatever was about to go down. So you know what? He gets our approval. Hello, family. Hey Ken, can I talk to you for a second? He looks up at me with wide eyes. The same bare expression he wore the first time I met him.
Sure.
Amused, I lead him to a quiet area behind the shelves. I'm trusting you to take care of her. He blinks blankly before his eyes open wide again. His face goes pink. He bows at a perfect 90-degree angle.
Of course. Thank you for your trust.
You don't have to bow. He returns to an upright position.
Sorry.
Don't apologize.
Sorry.
I glare at him and he shuts up. This is kind of fun. I may actually enjoy this turn of events. Okay, let's go back. Nikki bombards us with questions as we return.
What was that all about? Why wasn't I invited? Why did Ken bow?
Yeah, Ken, why did you bow? I grin devilishly at him, daring him to answer.
It's because he's...
I didn't even say it right. It's, devilishly.
My senpai?
Sure. Nikki stares blankly at him, then shifts his attention to me.
What did you do?
Nothing at all. Is that right, Ken?
Of course.
Nikki pouts, but I can see a trace of a smile. I guess she's glad we're finally getting along. A few minutes later, Ken's brother shows up. He convinces Ken to go to the hospital and thanks for our help. With Ken safe, we head home. Nikki lets out a huge breath when we step into the living room. Her face is unusually serious. She hangs her head and stares at her feet.
I'm so sorry.
Why?
If I hadn't gone to visit Ken, I wouldn't have lost track of time and stayed out so late, and then I wouldn't have gotten into this mess and made everyone worry.
Nikki, what happened wasn't your fault. She glances up at me.
But if I...
No, none of this was your fault. It is your fault, sorry. What happened is the fault of those guys, and if I ever find out who they are, I'm going to finish what Ken started. Nikki smiles weakly and nods.
I think I'll go take a shower.
Sure. As soon as Nikki goes upstairs, Kaito pops his head out of the kitchen.
Is Nikki gone?
Yeah. He pauses and gives me another look.
Did something happen?
I debate telling about the incident, but I don't want him to needlessly worry. He looks like he had something else on his mind. It's fine. What's up?
I heard back from the PI.
What did he say?
Ezra Wilson.
The drunk driver?
Yeah. What do you really know about him?
He and Dad used to work together at Midori Energy. They were on every project together, and he used to come by the house all the time when we were growing up. I thought he and Dad were friends. My voice shows off. His blood alcohol was far over the legal limit, and it's not like cops could have asked him due to his coma, nor was there any evidence that This was more than a cut-dry drunk driving incident. There was no incentive to investigate further, so all that was listed in the. So that's what all that was listed in the report.
Well, it turns out Ezra was stalking your father.
That son of a. I frowned. That doesn't make sense. They saw each other every day at work. Why?
The PI read about a huge fire at Midori Energy the week before your parents' accident. He spoke to a few people and found out that the fire destroyed important documents which contained all the research for Midori's latest project.
I racked my brain. I think I might remember hearing something about that fire.
The documents which were destroyed was your father's and Ezra's research.
Dad's research. I tried to recall Dad right before the incident. He seemed a little more worried than usual, but otherwise didn't give any indication that something was amiss. Dad's research. He shouldn't have been devastated by something like losing years of research. Was he trying to protect me, or was something else going on?
Ezra didn't take the loss well. Right after the fire, Ezra accused your father of purposely sabotaging him by setting their research on fire.
I wouldn't do that. It was his research too.
Right. It didn't make sense. Nobody believed him and they chalked up his breakdown to stress. But he wouldn't let it go. He accosted your father many times at work demanding answers. It got so bad that he was assigned a leave of absence by the company. On the day of the accident, your parents had lunch at a cafe.
I think he called him asking for a ride. Yeah, I remember.
PI asked the waitstaff if they remembered seeing your parents there, and they did. Ezra too. Yeah, he'd followed them there and was already clearly intoxicated. He demanded that they pay him all the money he would have made upon completion of the project.
He said he owed your father money.
Obviously, your father
What?
refused and
I read that wrong.
continually maintained his innocence. Ezra became so disruptive, the manager had to forcibly remove him from the cafe.
Your parents seemed shaken, but tried to finish their meals as if nothing happened. Nothing happened.
That's when they received the call from Nikki.
I guess Izura trying to tail them, but end up running them off the road. Kaito nods, looking grim than ever. More grim than ever, sorry. Something doesn't add up. What research is important enough to kill over? If Izura was driven into madness after losing his life's work, knowing why Dad was barely affected. There's the convenient timing of Akira's copycat core. How much time passed since the incident? Since the fire? Enough for the company to piece together just enough of the research to turn a profit. Uncle Kaito? He looks at me. I think the research that killed Dad has to do with my core. He hesitates, then nods slowly.
You might be right.
Wasn't there an encrypted piece that Valley wasn't able to unlock? Maybe that can help make sense of all this. I need to take another look at it. I need to go to my core. Go look at my core. Uncle Kaito doesn't try to stop me.
You do what you need to do.
Let's be safe. Thanks, Uncle Kaito. For the second time today, I race to the garage and hop on my bike, then drive to Ace. Campus feels even more empty than usual. Even though it's after hours, I have no trouble swiping into the hangar. Wait, what? All is quiet except for the sound of my footsteps. I can't get to Eagle fast enough as soon. What? I cannot get to Eagle fast enough. As soon as I do, I plop down at the terminal and boot up the computer. I follow the instructions Valley left for me. I'm greeted by the password prompting screen she showed me earlier. She said there was a hint here. Let's see what it is. The screen is scrambled. Wait, the screen is a mess of scrambled words. What? I read that wrong. The screen is a scrambled mess of words with no rhyme or reason to them. I read through a couple times to make sure my eyes don't skip any words. My eyes skip words every day. Most of these words mean nothing to me, but a few stand out. But a select few stand out. See, I skip over words. Cricket, moo, stir, hots. What? Hotslot? Those are childhood nicknames Dad gave me. Each of them has a story, but none of them very long-lived. The ultimate nickname that stuck for me forever, what stuck with me for an embarrassing long time was Meatball, because I was born with cheeks big and round like meatballs. Dad's favorite story to tell to tell the time I started school. The teacher called Mark for a roll call. I stayed silent, so she marked me absent. After she'd gone through the list of names, I said she didn't call me. She asked if my name was Mark, and I responded, no, my name is Meatball. I've been called Meatball at home for so long, I didn't even know my real name. That must be the answer. I apprehensively typed in Meatball in the password prompt. My finger hovers over the enter key before pressing it. The prompt disappears and a video pops up on the screen. My breath catches in my throat as Dad looks straight into the camera. There are dark circles under his eyes and worried lines around his mouth. His hair sticks up at odd angles and his clothes are smudged in dirt and oil. He notices the recording lights on and tries to fix himself up a bit before giving me a weak smile.
The fact that you are watching this now means something must have gone wrong.
He sighs and his voice grows thick.
I'm sorry.
I try to swallow the lump in my throat and ignore the sting of tears in my eye. This isn't the Dad I remembered. Dad I remembered had a booming laugh which took up the room. He was sure of himself and never had regrets.
By putting this technology in Eagle, I have potentially endangered you. But I don't know where else I can keep it safe. Midori Energy doesn't fully understand the scope of this research. They're willing to sell it to anyone without considering the consequences. Companies which would weaponize this technology will cause irreparable damage. They could create energy explosions 13 times the force of a nuclear bomb.
He sets his jaw and lifts his gaze back towards the camera. His eyes are unusually steely and cold.
That's why I caused the fire. I burned all copies of my research to prevent it from falling into the wrong hands.
He said but. I don't know if he said but or not. Dad runs his hand through his hair, a gesture he would do whenever he was stressed or worried.
It's hard to completely destroy 20 years of research. Especially when this technology could bring so much good. The possibilities would have been endless. This new format of energy may function similarly to existing methods, but the fundamental principles are vastly different and have far wider scalability implications.
A shadow of his old self returns while he talks, and I catch a glimpse of a genuine smile. Dad was always a bit of a dreamer. Then his face becomes grim.
And that is why this core is sitting in Eagle now.
His piercing gaze stares straight into my soul.
I'm sorry for getting you involved. I'm sorry I couldn't follow through with what I started. But most of all, I'm sorry I wasn't able to tell you this in person.
His eyes looked glassy and glittery too much beneath the light.
I probably don't say this enough, but I'm so proud of who you've grown up to be. I know, if you're watching this, that I've put a heavy burden on your shoulders. But I trust you will make the right decision. My only hope is that you can find it in your heart to forgive me.
Dad glances behind him. Something must have spooked him because he faces the camera again, smiles feebly, and his voice is quiet.
Take care of your sister. Goodbye, son.
Voice cuts off abruptly. At first, I'm too stunned to move. The image of Dad is seared into my eyes. He was the same yet so unfamiliar. His face slowly fades away. I'm surprised to feel wetness on my cheeks. He knew. He knew exactly what he was doing when he hid this technology inside of Eagle, and now I understand why I wasn't allowed to help program the core. I understand why Dad seemed almost obsessed with about completing Eagle. It also makes sense. I never noticed a difference between this core and any other core. Dad never matured the technology, but he must have set up the overdrive configuration probably not long before he set the he set the overdrive to only happen once so I could begin to search for answers. His last words ringed in my head. Mine. Goodbye, son. He knew the implications of his research and entrusted all to me through the gear we built together. Right? I need some pictures, dude. Man, they are so lazy. They can't even scrub out these two people over here in the corner, like right here. I glance over at Eagle, partially obscured by shadows. The dark blue no longer seemed warm and inviting like the salty spray of the ocean, but feels dangerous and cold like a winter sky. I tried to bring up the video once more so I can hear his voice one more time, to see his voice even though it's not the one I want to remember, but I can't. This was a one-time initiation. As I try to process the situation, I don't know what to feel. I recall Dad's hollow cheeks and the shadow of pain in his eyes. Of one thing I'm certain of, I cannot keep using this core knowing all this. But what do I do about the research? Ooh. I wanted to destroy it, so this is hard. Should I destroy it or should I keep it? I can probably keep one of the. You don't want to destroy it this time. Next time I'm gonna keep it. I stare at the Eagle and gather and a gather of flames burning away the pain in my chest. The technology that has already destroyed my family. Dad would still be alive. My mom would still be alive. Nikki would be happy finishing up school with her childhood friends. It's amazing to see how one device could wipe all that away in an instant. I don't even want to imagine what happens if it falls into the wrong hands. Crawling under the ladder beside the Eagle, I open up the cockpit and see the sequence access to my core. The heat bubbling in my chest rises when I see it. Like a beating heart, it gives off a faint pulse of energy. I open the terminal screen in my cockpit and find the source of information for my core. After wiping all the data, I set an impossible run instance. The low glow continued to brighten more and more and more. After a zapping noise, it becomes an opaque object. As far as anyone knows, the core is short-circuited. After closing the core access and exiting the cockpit, I climb down the ladder. Furnace Valley. As I stand there, I suddenly feel so tired and so lost. Without thinking, I pull out my phone and dial the first name that comes to mind. Who did you call?
Hello?
Gowrie. Gowrie, can we meet? After a few seconds of silence.
Okay. Where are you?
I'm a little surprised she didn't ask me why. She must have sensed the urgency in my voice. At the hangar. But I'd rather not meet there here. Can you meet me at your dorm? She hesitates.
Okay.
Thanks, I'll see you soon. We hang up the phone. As if in a daze, I make my way to Gowrie's room. This time I have no trouble getting past the front desk, and I'm soon knocking on her door. Gowrie flings open the door, looks at me intensely before letting me in. I sit down on the couch. She sits beside me.
What's going on? You're acting a little strange.
Sorry, it's been a long day. There's something I need to tell you.
What is it?
My core is gone. Her eyes widen and her gasp sharply. She gasps sharply.
It's gone?
Yeah. Her fierce scowl returns.
I can't believe someone would vandalize another person's property like that! We should report this to school administration. They can look at their live feed and track down who did this.
No, Kaori.
Have you told Valerie yet? It might be a long shot, but maybe she's got some blueprints or notes or something and can reconstruct your core, since she spent so much time studying it.
Kaori.
What?
Wait, I gotta say it right. Kaori! I don't need Valerie to reconstruct it.
What will you use during matches then?
I'll figure something out. She narrows her eyes.
You're not making any sense right now.
As I sigh, I tell her everything I've learned. She listens quietly, but her expression darkens the longer I talk.
That's so... I mean... How does... Gah!
I blink in surprise. It's not often Kaori's rendered speechless. I know it's a lot to take in at once.
That's not it. Well, it is a lot to take in, but... I'm sorry your dad put this burden on you.
Then she looks sideways at me.
But if he had to trust somebody with this decision, I suppose he was right to trust you.
Probably should have kept it. We'll see what happens next time, guys. I wonder if this ends right now. So, do you agree with my choice? Kaori nods.
It's what I would have done. Your core was way more than just a core. Knowing that, how could you continue to use it in the same way? Besides, we can always find you a new core. I'm sure Valerie would enjoy the challenge of building a core from scratch. And you already have some experience in doing that. Plus, I could help too.
I breathe a sigh of relief as a weight is lifted off my shoulders. I hadn't realized just how anxious I'd been about my decision. A part of me continued to wonder if perhaps I act too rashly. If someone as rational as Kaori agreed with me, and then I know I made the right choice. Hey, I'm not too worried about finding another core. Kaori thinks.
Although, if you want to get rid of the source data completely, you might want to talk to Valerie. Since she's worked on your core, she might have a copy of blueprints or something.
Good, I'll call her later. We lapse into silence. I'm sorry, I guess I'm kind of boring to be around right now. Kaori shrugs.
Better than you acting like a pervert all the time.
Was she trying to make a joke?
Sorry, I didn't mean to make light of the situation.
I smile warmly. No, it's okay. It's exactly what I needed. I glance at her. For once, she looks sympathetic, but her lips are pressed into a thin line.
You can't change what's happened in the past, so there's no use dwelling on it.
Maybe, but there are still some unanswered questions.
I know. It's okay to want to make sense of things, but only if that'll help you process what has happened.
She hesitates, then clasps my hands in hers and looks into my eyes.
If you want to find answers, I will help you.
Really?
Yes.
Man, I would fucking put this shit to rest, man. I'm tired as hell. You got me messed up, man. You know what, man? Let's look at some damn answers, yo. Let's join the answer crew. I smile at her. Kaori keeps a brave face for me, but she knows I'm vulnerable. I look into her eyes. I can just see how worried she is about me. If I go down this hole, who knows if I'll ever be able to crawl out again. I don't want to be someone who's fixated on the past and unable to move forward. Thanks, but I think it's best to leave things as they are. She nods and relaxes slightly. We settle into silence again. Kaori sneaks glances my way, then... Oh, shoot! We sucked wrong after. Let's do it! I smile at her. With Kaori at my side, I have nothing to worry about. Wait, I wouldn't have to worry about losing myself. If I waver in strength, if I get buried in fear and pain, I can always count on her to keep me in line. I nod. Thank you. She nods, but I can see she's worried about me. I promise I'll be fine. Her cheeks flush.
Who said anything about that?
You didn't have to. She looks away as her cheeks redden even more.
Don't be stupid.
As we settle in silence again, Valerie sneaks glances my way, then gently rests her head on my chest. I feel her gentle weight against me, my mind clear. As I feel her gentle weight against me, my mind clears. Like usual, she makes sense. Whether or not Dad told me it doesn't. Wait, whether or not Dad told me. What the fuck? Whether or not Dad told me doesn't matter now. He's gone, and no amount of speculation can change that. I'm lucky that I found someone to keep me grounded. With Katori by my side, there's no mystery we can't solve. Okay, I'm sorry guys about that, but I don't give a hell about this choice. You know what? Why am I cursing? I'm done, bro. I'm done. The story's over, man. Let's take a nice long break. You know what's funny? I'm taking so long to finish. I rub my finger through her hair and she glances up at my touch. Show me a picture. Wait, did I skip over something? Okay, sorry. Slowly, I close the distance between our lips and kiss her. For once, she doesn't seem surprised or shy from my touch, but melts into the kiss. As we pull away, I gaze deeply into her eyes. This moment, I have clarity. It rinses away all my stress and fears. Okay. Okay, that's okay. Well, it's okay. I don't have all the answers now because I'm looking at my future, and it's beautiful. Oh, are we done? Hell yeah, I think we're done, people. I think we're done. Just like the last. Okay, guys. I thank you guys for joining me on Ace Academy, guys. It was fun. It was enjoyable. It was a good visual novel. I don't think I'm gonna read another one ever again. These shits are too long, and a lot of them are freaking gross. So I can't be really reading that, man. A lot of it's just freaking what's it called? I forgot what it's called. It's like hentai, but I forgot what it's called. Eroji? I don't know. Eroge. Eroji. I don't know. Eroji. Is that what it's called? Or it's called Galga or whatever it's called. I don't know. I only did this because I paid $25 for it, dude. I'm getting my $25 out of this shit. I thought it was an RPG, but that shit lied. The freaking genre title lied. I thought it was all cool and junk. Nope, it's a visual novel, but it was still good nonetheless. But I don't think I'm gonna spend another $25 on a freaking book. I started thinking it was a visual novel, but I saw how high the rating is for it, and I was like, okay. And it was about good as the rating said. I give this a solid read. I may or may not read the other routes, guys. So if you guys want me to read the other routes, tell me down in the comment section below, or go on my Twitter and blow it up. But if you guys want me to continue, next time we will try Valerie, maybe. As I find her the second most interesting character. Oh yeah, and KOTOR 2 works now, so we'll be playing that shortly. I figured out that for some reason it doesn't like AMD drivers, and I have an R9 Nano. It hates AMD drivers. Once I uninstalled the driver, it started working perfectly. I was getting consistent frames while recording. It was fine without recording, but as soon as I hit the record button, boom, dropped to a permanent 5 FPS. Thank you for playing Ace Academy. We hope you enjoyed it. I have. We love to hear and incorporate player feedback in future projects. Please feel free to let us know your thoughts on the discussion boards or in a Steam review. With that formality out of the way, what a ride it's been. For our original support, thank you so much for sticking with us. For new players, welcome to the Pixel Fade family. They even plug themselves in. Check that guys out, pixelfade.com. Thanks again. Hmm. Hmm. It's an indie game, so there's no achievements. Okay, what happens next? Okay. Dot, still here? There's nothing else? Well, there's what is that? A Marvelli movie where you get a special hidden teaser. Oh, there's more. I just wait, I get the feeling like I just set an expectation, so we have to have something after this text. What's that? Look face? Oh, look, I got nothing, so stop trying, okay? Just press the escape button or right click that mouse and be on your merry way. Really? Still here? Oh shit, look at this. Maybe, okay, I might have something to share. Are you ready? Here goes. Ace Academy Supernova. Ooh, CGI dog. Okay, that's not an actual thing. Though I will say that's a mock reveal somehow. Wait, what? That's a mock reveal somehow end up looking pretty cool. LOL. For realsies, we are excited that our next visual novel is in current development. Check out whatever. Thanks for playing. Goodbye. Okay, guys. See you guys later. Bye-bye. Yeah.